So in this video we'll talk about macro existence and scope functions. Okay, we have three functions. Okay, so interview question they might ask you like this: explain percentage sim exist function, percentage sim local function, percentage sim global function. This is an extra question, okay, which is not related to this topic, but they are asking this also called simdel function. First we will concentrate on these three functions. Okay, percentage sim exist function is nothing but to check if a macro variable exists or not. Okay, percentage sim local function checks if macro variable is local. Okay, percentage global function checks if macro variable is global. Okay, so this is about these three functions. Okay, and we'll talk about called simdel function here. They might ask you this question also: difference between call simdel and percentage simdel function. Both are same. You have to say both are same. Both deletes a macro variable. Okay, simdel also deletes a macro variable. Call simdel function also deletes a macro variable. Okay, call simdel deletes a macro variable as well as percentage simdel function also deletes a macro variable. Both are same, but it is used in data step, it is used in open code. Okay, within a macro we will use this. Okay, so you can see the syntax here: call simdel, within the parenthesis you have to give a macro variable name in double quotation semicolon. Here percentage simdel macro variable name semicolon. Clear? So I have explained you macro quoting functions. One function I have missed it, so I'll explain you that now. Percentage unquote function is nothing but it removes macro quoting from a value. Okay, removes macro quoting from a value. You can see the syntax here: percentage unquote, in parenthesis we will use value semicolon. We'll discuss another interview question as well. Okay, functions related. Okay, how do you troubleshoot a macro variable that doesn't resolve? Okay, this is an interview question. In this way they might ask, otherwise they'll ask you like this: why does macro variable does not resolve? So for that you have to say macro variable does not resolve due to these reasons: single quotes, macro quoting, typo or scope issues. Okay, we should use double quotes instead of single quotes. You have to say like this. Okay, we have to use percentage unquote to remove quoting. Okay, and we have to check variable name and scope. Okay, next, how can you resolve a macro variable within a string? How to resolve? By using double quotations. You have to say by using double quotations we can resolve a macro variable within a string. Okay, what happens if we use single quotation marks? What happens? Our macro variable will not resolve. Can you explain how macro quoting affects macro variable resolution? For this you have to say macro quoting functions like okay, what we have learned: percentage str, percentage b quote, percentage nr str. Yes, can mask macro triggers preventing resolution. So for that we use percentage unquote function to remove quoting. Okay, percentage sim exist function. Okay, so this function checks if a macro variable exists or not. If it exists it will give you as a 1. Okay, if it does not exist it will give you 0. So first I'm creating a macro variable. Okay, percentage let x is equals to 10 semicolon. Percentage let x is equals to 10. Okay, x with value 10 I am giving here. Then to print what we'll use, percentage put. Okay, here only I am giving percentage sim exist, in the parenthesis I am giving x semicolon. So before executing, I am giving this x is existing or not. I want to check. If it exits, it will give you 1. If does not exit, it will give you 0. So when I execute this one, it will give you 1 or 0. 1. So go to the log window and check here. It will give you here 1. You can see this one. It is displaying as a 1. Now suppose I am copying this one. If I am giving here y, okay, if I give y here, okay, will it exist or not? No, I have given my value, x value as 10, but there is no y value, right? So it does not exist. When I execute this one, it will give you as a 0. You can see here 0 here. Clear? So we will talk about percentage local function. Percentage local function is nothing but this function checks if a macro variable is local or not. Okay, so here macro begins with percentage macro. Okay, I'm giving macro name as a test. Then it ends with percentage MENT semicolon and percentage. Okay, this percentage macro test defines a macro named test. Okay, I have explained you this, right? So now here percentage local, I'll explain you soon what is local and global statements in macros. Okay, percentage local x semicolon, so it will declare x as a local. Okay, next percentage let x is equals to, I'm giving my value as a 10 only. Okay, semicolon, percentage put percentage sim local. Here in the parenthesis we have to use x. When I execute this, it will return, when I execute this, it will return 1 or 0, 1, because used inside the macro. Okay, because x is local. Okay, x is local. So when I execute this, it will give you 1 here. You can see, if I give this outside the macro, I'm copying this and I'm pasting here, I'm executing entire thing, it will give you 0 because I'm using this percentage sim local function outside. So it will give you 0 only. Clear? This will give you 0. This is not local in this scope. Next, we will talk about another function that is nothing but percentage sim global function. Okay, it is used in a data step. So here percentage let x is equals to hello semicolon, then data underscore null underscore semicolon, give the space here. Okay, data underscore null underscore, I'm giving if sim global, give double quotations here. Okay, x. Okay, then put x is global. If condition I'm using here, then put x is global semicolon, else put x is not global. I'm copying this and I'm pasting here, x is not global, then run semicolon. Here this one sim global x checks if x is global. Since x is indeed global, it prints x is global. Okay, when I execute this in the log window, you can see X is global. Here it is giving a note that data statement used. So yes, X is global. It is displaying or not? Yes, if it is global, it will display X is global. Clear? Next function is call simdel function. So percentage simdel function, call simdel function difference is nothing but this call simdel is used in data step, that percentage simdel is used in open code. Okay, that is the difference, but both deletes the macro variable. So here percentage let x is equals to 20 semicolon, percentage put and percent x semicolon data underscore null underscore semicolon call simdel. In this we have to use single quotations, okay, semicolon, then run semicolon, percentage put percentage sim exist if you can see this code again. I am explaining percentage let x is equals to 20. I have given a value, okay, I have created a macro here. Clear? So then percentage put and person x, here data underscore null underscore, I'm using call simdel in my data step, okay, in the parenthesis I have used a single quotations of x semicolon run semicolon, and then I have used this. This is nothing but it deletes a macro variable. Clear? And this percentage sim exist returns 0 because x no longer exists after being deleted. So what it will do, it will delete a macro variable. So it will delete 20, okay, it will delete this value. So when we check this when we check whether my variable exists or not, means it will give you 0 only because I have deleted this x variable. Clear? Call simdel deletes a macro variable x here when I used this call simdel function. So I want to check whether this x is existing or not. Let me know it is existing or not. It's not existing, no, because we are deleting, right? Call simdel work is to delete the macro variable. So my x macro variable is deleted, so it will give you as a 0 here. So when I execute this, go to the log window, it will display you as a 0 here. Clear?